Oh, my microphone's just muted. Okay, is that working now? Okay. A little bit loud, but should be good to go. I had a power outage the other day, and everything is just failing to recover from that. Okay. This is working. Time to... No game audio? Now game audio. I think my game audio is just a little quiet. I had turned my game audio down. That seems a little bit better. Might be too much now. How's it going? Yeah, 19 months. I won't be sad now that I'm not streaming as much. I won't be sad if you end up stopping for a bit. Especially while I figure things out. Get used to, you know, having a day job again. Really? That bad? Literal flooding?
This is only the beginning.
Wow. Gary's without power. Power company sent workers out to restore power residents. When I bet those trucks got copper wires, so they shot up the trucks. Power company said, well, it looks like you don't want power back. Yeah, I guess. That,
Let yourself be drawn.
probably shouldn't do it. I don't, like... I don't get people who do that. It's like you're hurting yourself. I mean, I guess I get the core idea behind it, but it just seems like short-sighted.
Are you trying to cleanse yourself of me?
I mean, the fact that the name of the city is Gary, and I, in Minnesota, have heard of that city. And not in particularly good light either. Also informs. I like that they gave the city just a first name. They're just like, you know what? You can just have a first name. You know what? I think that means it's time to start investing in 3D printing your armies. Like, Warhammer's already an expensive hobby to be in. Like, if it goes up, if it's going up like 5-10%, you know, or less, somewhere in there, you know, and they haven't done it in a while. You know, I don't know how the price structure is, so I don't know if it's like, oh, they do it every year and it's like 10% every year, then, you know, it's just dumb and it's like a cash grab. Somebody needs to buy Wizards of the Coast from Hasbro. And somebody needs to figure out Games Workshop. Oh, yeah?
Nothing you do matters. The dream will end, and the dreamer will pass into the next world.
You know, if they literally were like, hey, here's the price increase and here's the justification, like inflation-based justification for the price increase, you know, that can make it make sense. But I'm guessing that they're not really talking about it. Looks like a cool bundle.
Do you
If I actually printed minis and stuff, I might be interested, but if I'm going to print a mini, I want to print it in resin, and then resin is too difficult, so it just stops me from printing anything. Yeah, the tariff stuff was stupid. Stupid that they got tariffed, and stupid of the way most companies are reacting to getting the tariffs given back.
Believe me, you will fall, Exile.
No. They did some very AAA developer shenanigans this edition too. Oh, are they doing like effectively microtransactions? Like, oh, you can buy the army, but if you want to have snipers in your army or whatever, I don't know that stuff. You can like, oh, you can buy this add-on or this add-on or whatever stuff like that. Effectively microtransactions. Orcs are a major focus of launch. The orc range is getting a near complete rework and update model-wise. The rules on the table have the orcs super overturned, and the orcs are getting the biggest price increases. Oh, the other AAA thing that people do.
I
So what that's telling me is Warhammer is definitely pay to win. They did some MTX shenanigans with one of the tanks. The guard super heavy and the paint cost reduced significantly, with the tank spam being the most viable way to play them competitively. The super heavy is one main gun, for optional Swanson turns. They removed it from the store, did a rebox, and put it back in the store with 2 out of the 4 Swansons in an add-on box for $35 more. Just I'm struggling on this right now. Let's try my Panic Blast.
Hello.
The tinfoil hat theory is the launch was significantly worse than projected, which anecdotally holds true. Historically, Games Workshop is very good at subtly making you spend more than you expect. These massive gouges aren't their style. They've been doing a lot of large, bold hikes in the last month, but yes, someone other than Hasbro needs to own Wizards of the Coast, preferably Larian Studios, because I don't want Disney, Sony, Microsoft, Google, Apple, Meta, or any other major takers to touch them. Yeah, Larian would be great for Games Workshop and Wizards of the Coast. Just buy them both. Do things right. Okay. I got to AFK a couple minutes. I'll be right back. I'm back again. You still believe that Larian stepped away from Baldur's Gate because Wizards of the Coast wanted them to add in MTX and they shut it down, and Wizards of the Coast went, you can either step away or we'll make a big deal out of it. Yep.
Someone will bite, I'm certain. Remember this round you stood against so many horrors and so yet something. I think it's time to at last test your limits. This is only the beginning. Let yourself be drawn into the mire. trying to cleanse yourself of me?
Hey Val, going well. Just decided to do cast and stunned for a bit, cause there's new jobs taking too much brain power, and I'm just trying to farm some stuff to do some stuff. But yeah, new jobs taking its toll. But I'm enjoying it, so hopefully when I get into the flow of things, my plan is to stream on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and then occasional weekends. So that's my current plan. So hopefully that works out. And I can be somewhat regular, but just not every day for 6+ hours. How about you? How's your league going? You still playing?
Nothing you do matters. The dream will end, and the dreamer will pass into the next world.
Yeah, what build are you doing now?
Do you not wonder what tugs at the string? What stands astride the abyss and beckons you to fall?
I really need a mage blood. That's gonna really make things feel so much better on both of my characters. We have a driver that's successfully blown 1 to 2 tires a week for 3 months now. His real trophy is 3 tires at one time. Jeez. That seems like something that's a, you're not going to be with us very much longer situation. Shrine stacking stuff with Headhunter. Nice. After you had a completely reasonable, mild crash out, we are hiring an additional mechanic. I gotta figure out what the rules are for taking pictures in the data center. I don't think I'm allowed to. I mean, I'm allowed to take pictures. I don't know. I don't think I'm allowed to share them. Maybe pictures that don't include the actual servers themselves would be okay.
I will break you. I will not be made.
It's not getting any voices. And I died at something. Jeez, is something just one-shotting me? I don't understand what's killing me all of a sudden. Is it corrupted blood? Am I getting corrupted blood? The poison hit, but I shouldn't be getting any poisons. I don't know. Because I have, open path of building. I'm going to see if I can figure out what's going on here. His max hit is pretty low. Oh, raid. Thanks for the raid. I appreciate it. How's it going? And a follow. Appreciate the follow. I don't even know where. Poison. Damage avoidance. Block, dodge, spell suppression. I don't know. I have... Yeah, poison duration negative 9%, so it should be... Oh, jeez. Yeah, happy standing still. Yep, will do. Alright, well, let's do another one. Jeez, 84 jumped.
Simple enough.
Oh, I forgot the show stash button. That makes things so much easier. Gotta finish dumping stuff. Cluster jewel. Drop that off and drop that off and keep going. How's everyone doing?
remember this ramshackle You've stood against so many secondaries and yet some things. I think it's time to at last test your limits.
CWS is cast when stunned. So, I have in my character, most of my skills are attached to cast when stunned support. So you can see this has 99% chance to trigger when I'm stunned or block a stunning hit. So I can just sit here with no hands on and these guys are gonna die. It'll be better when I do the next round. You'll be able to see. So the idea is, you know, I stand here. I have enough regeneration and damage recovery and stuff like that so that when I'm getting hit, the hits are very likely not going to really hurt me much at all. I can get one shot by, in certain situations, by some of the bosses in here, but anybody else can't really hurt me. And then my character just auto casts all the stuff. And so the whole point is to be able to fight lots and lots of enemies at once, because I got things in my skill tree like Blood Notch. 29% of damage taken from stunning hits is recovered as life. So every time I'm stunned, which is just about every hit, that damage is going to recover 29% of it. Then I also have Petrified Blood. Well, I also have some other damage recovery. I think it's down here. Yeah, another 10% from stunning hits recovered as life. So that gets me to 30, 40%-ish. So because I'm getting stunned every hit, 40% of the hits damage is immediately recovered. With Valerium, stun threshold is based on energy shield instead of life, but you can see I have 0 energy shield. So that means I'm going to get stunned on every hit. And then I stack regen, Defiance of Destiny, gain missing unreserved life before being hit by an enemy. I should really put life on that. The life quality. So I'm casting a bunch of stuff when I get stunned. So cast when stunned is doing temp chains to curse things, doing flame surge, which does the burning ground to do some more damage. Firestorm of pelting, that's doing a lot of little hits of damage. I am cast when stunned, detonate dead of scavenging. So all the bodies on the ground get exploded. That's it right now for cast when stunned. Previous leagues we'd have another set of cast when stunned. And then I'm doing some buffs. I'm doing Purity of Fire right now. I really should drop that for Malevolence, but right now I need the extra max fire resist. I'm doing Righteous Fire for some damage, and then I'm doing on Totem Scorching Ray of Immolation. The recover calculations happen before you mitigate hits. So like if you're talking like damage recovered from stunning hit, I don't believe so. I think that if you really wanted to be immortal from hits, you would need it to be 100% of damage recovered. So
Let yourself be drawn into the mire.
most of the recovery is after you're hit, but Defiance Destiny is before you get hit. So that Defiance Destiny is basically trying to help you top up. Are you allowed to enjoy some audiobooks or podcasts in the data center? Well, once I'm not shadowing, I will be able to really do whatever I want as long as I'm getting my work done in the data center. So lots of people listen to music, podcasts, audiobooks, whatever. So how do I start a character like this? I would recommend following this guide. This Miracles is like knows everything about cast when stunned. And so I basically follow what he's doing most leagues. And for this, he levels as RF. I think he says it in here somewhere. Leveling, yeah. Follow Pox RF. You could also level Asunder and then swap at 55 to RF if you want. Either one of these is fine for leveling. And then early league Blood Notch is really expensive. So you want to have a little bit of a different setup to be able to do cast when stunned without having a Blood Notch. Things that make it so that you recover life when you use a flask, because you're constantly getting hits, so you're constantly using flasks, and other different adjustments for not having Blood Notch. Once you get Blood Notch, it gets a lot more comfortable. You do the Blood Notch swap, then he has step-by-step guides of what you should do. Here's some upgrades to do whenever you feel like it. Nebulous, get a cluster jewel, go to triple cluster. Prism Guardian is a shield. Now, these up here, starting at honestly starting at the triple cluster set swap. If you follow this, you're following effectively last league's version, which is still very good, but you can instead swap to, let's see here. He talks about it at the top. Scorching Ray of Immolation Totems, which is new tech that was figured out this league. Technically, I think it was viable previously. I don't know if Scorching Ray of Immolation, maybe because of the buffs it got, it's now good. I don't know. We didn't use it before, so either it got buffed or something, or people just discovered it. And you throw these totems down, that makes you do more damage over time. You can do this while you're still Righteous Fire, but that's kind of a separate path, starting at this triple large cluster. It got buffed. Okay, that makes sense. So yeah, because previously what you would do is you'd be working towards going to an unearth and detonate dead swap, so you're unearthing corpses, and then you'd use Hateful Accuser on bosses to make there always be things to die and explode, because you're really, a lot of your damage comes from your Ascendancy, Hinekora, Death's Fury. So enemies you or your totems kill have 10% chance to explode for 250% of their maximum life. So you just make, and you're basically fishing for big explodes from things dying. So that's the basic gist. I can put this in chat if anybody wants to check it out. I'm kind of in a weird middle ground. Why is my game, every time I tab in, it zooms in? Oh, I'm done. I need to... Yeah, no problem. I enjoy helping out, answering questions. So if there's anything, any questions about anything, this build or otherwise, I'll do my best to answer them. Don't necessarily know all the answers, but I can usually figure it out. Cast When Stun, to me, isn't the most fun build to play. But it's got a couple of benefits to it. One is I've started a new job recently, and my brain is melted. And you don't have to think about anything to play this build. And I just run around. I can run around with my eyes closed if I wanted to. And my guy's basically not going to die. I don't die until... the bosses can't kill me until 14 and 15, I think. They just can't even kill me. And even then, they only kill me when I have particularly bad, like, high crit and then some other stuff going on. So I can basically turn my brain off and play. That also helps me talk to chat. But because there's so little that I have to worry about, this makes this build also a really good build to play on my Steam Deck. So I don't have to really worry about, oh, I'm watching a show, I'm not really paying full attention to the game. Yeah, so that was one of the bosses. He's already dead. And you know, I don't have to really pay that much attention to the game. And once I get a Mage Blood, which is my next upgrade, I'll be swapping this out for a Mage Blood. Once I get a Mage Blood, I'll literally be unkillable because I'll be able to swap these things. These will be more powerful. And then I'll be able to swap some other stuff to be able to do more damage and stuff. So once I have that Mage Blood, it's just gonna be super easy to play while not paying attention. Or when the Steam Deck has performance issues, doesn't really matter because it's not like it's gonna get me killed. So, you're level 98 running RF. So I'm doing this at level 92 right now. Like if I keep doing this, and once I have the Mage Blood and don't die, I will make it to 100 on this character, no problem. Just doing simulacrums. Simulacrums are nice because it's it's guaranteed income. Because like you're getting all this bubblegum currency, and 6 stacked decks is 18 chaos. That's a third of the cost right there of the key.
You can't get rid of me, Exile.
You basically, the stacked decks you get is enough to pay for the next entrance. So it's guaranteed income. You don't have to really think about it. And what you're looking for is either Megalomaniac, and I usually identify the Megalomaniacs, and you're trying for a good value Megalomaniac, which I think the Primordial's still going to be the most valuable one. It's worth a couple of div just with that one, and if it's got other synergistic stuff, it'll be more. Or voices, and you can either identify the voices and not make much money, or you can sell them unidentified for 12 div a piece right now. Because, like, if we were to look up a voices right now, voices large cluster jewel, the cheapest, 7 passive. These are selling for orbs of regrets. It's usually a couple of chaos is usually what it is. Buyout price, chaos or divine. It's going to be 1 chaos. So these are worthless, effectively, if you get a 7. You have a 90% chance that you'll get a 7 passive. If you were to get a 5 passive... Nope. Wrong thing. Max 5. If you were to get a 5 passive, it's still only 33 chaos. Not very much. 3s are when they start to get valuable. 162 divine. And a 1 passive is 1,000 div. So you could identify them. It's like a 1% chance to get a 1 passive, a 5% chance to get a 3 passive, and then like a 6 or 8% chance to get a 5 passive, and then the rest is the 7 passive. But instead, if you were to identified no, 2100 chaos, if I were to say just look at just divines, looks like 11 div is what they are. They fluctuate a little bit. I sold some earlier the other day for 12. Ultimatum is the other version of this build. So if you're going to go ultimatum, you do things a little bit different. So I'm specializing on simulacrum, which I'm using this waxen soul. I'm not really using it right. I should have a different helmet on that makes this better. But yeah, ultimatums, this basically, you can sleep through doing ultimatums on this character as well. But ultimatums are a much higher investment to do to be able to get your money's worth out of it. And so if you're doing low investment ultimatums, this is more div per hour, because you can sell, sometimes you can get 2 or 3 voices in one simulacrum. Not very likely, but it has happened to me. And so your div per hour doing this is pretty good. And then if you're doing high investment ultimatums, first of all, it feels worse when you make a mistake and run a map that has a mod that gets you killed or something like that. There's more risk in running ultimatums, because if you make a mistake and you take something that gets you killed, then I mean, you just lose the entire ultimatum. So this has very little risk to it, which is why I do it. And I built the character on it so I can do these relatively easily and not have to think. Because there is a little bit of thinking you have to do with ultimatums. Now, these can run almost all. Like, you don't want to have no regen, because no regen will get you killed. There's other things that effectively do the same thing that you need to avoid.
You will fall exile.
Yeah. This is more brain office, basically it. And plays nicer with playing it on the Steam Deck. Because a high investment ultimatums, you're doing like catalyzing, and the catalyzings are worth usually quite a bit. This build is also pretty good at ritual, although you do have to move around a lot. Although with the new way of doing it, when you're doing the one that's better at ultimatum, which is, I think, the unearth, detonate dead, you end up not having the skill slots available to have movement skills, because you're wanting to run even more cast when stunned. And so then running around and doing things like ritual and stuff can be a bit of a pain to run around the map. And even ultimatums, you know, you're running quite slow to go find them. But I have done ultimatums before, and I think high investment ultimatums are significantly better div per hour. But I just can't be bothered sometimes. This is the one that could get me killed. You know, he's dying slowly. It's possible he could hit me hard enough to kill me. I don't Must have been something else on the other. Oh, yep, there we go. I missed. My flasks fell off, and that's where I was saying like, um, having a uh, God dang it. Having a mage blood would make these deaths not happen. There, I got a good explode off on them, and then they died. Well, that was only on round 12, so I don't always know what causes me to take more damage all of a sudden, and yeah, you can see this time I got a really good ignite off on them, and they died instantly, or pretty close. Getting a good explode can make a huge difference. The other thing is, if you're running simulacrums, don't be too quick to start the next phase. If you fought a boss, it's those phases, those waves, that can drop a voices. You can drop it as early as like round 7, I think is the first time you see a boss. But they don't drop until after the gold has dropped. So if you click on the guy too fast, you could have the voices drop, and then the wave starts and deletes the ground loot. I've not done that, but I'm hyper conscious of it. Yeah, between these last 2 rounds, that's we'll have paid for the next key. I wasn't paying attention to my health. I don't know if I got one shot or what.
You've got a fez.
Okay, well, this happens sometimes. Like, instant dead. Alright, well, I don't get the rewards for that one, but that's fine. I'm still positive. It's that kind of thing where whatever the same thing could happen to me in ultimatum, where something happens where it just one-shots me and you lose the entire ultimatum. At least I get all this loot and it still has paid for the next key. So that's just me. I don't think that's worth anything. It's definitely not worth anything.
Welcome.
Remember this ramshackle You've place. Stood against so many horrors and yet survived things. I think it's time to at last test your limits.
And then also this is pretty good at surviving, like if you wanted to do white nightmare maps, doing abomination, sometimes those keys are worth a lot. When those keys are worth a lot, that also beats this for divines per hour. And you just run them with dextral and sinistral.
This is only the beginning.
Whatever, so that it doesn't have any modifiers, because you need a lot of quantity for it to impact the amount of keys that are dropped, or fragments, whatever. And so it's better to just run them safe and run them white. And you'll make your and technically they're still rare. They're just, the modifiers have no effect, so they're effectively white. You don't even put anything else on. Why? Every time I click out and click back in, it zooms in. I don't know what's going on. My computer's acting weird.
Let yourself be drawn into the mire. trying to cleanse yourself of me?
There's the voices. So that will sell for... I'm going to put it away so I don't accidentally identify it. 12 div.
Get rid of me, Exile. I am you.
Yeah, and that was round 7 voices. So I could still get another voices in another round.
Nothing you do matters. The dream will end, and the dreamer will pass into the next world. Wonder what tugs at the strings of fate. What stands astride the abyss and beckons you to fall.
It's always good when I get Omniphobia and Kosis down quickly. And last round.
Not be made a fool.
And you got one voices, so I can't really complain. Okay, Kosis is the harder of the two. With Kosis down, Omniphobia must be on the other side of the bridge. Oh, jeez. I wasn't expecting Omniphobia to one-shot me. What the heck? Okay, can my other character take out Omniphobia quick?
So be it. Keep your precious sanity, my agent of chaos. You shall serve me whether you like it or not. I'm not going anywhere.
Greetings.
Okay, what is Titanic Swings and Master of Fire? I mean, I'm gonna throw it out here for. I don't know. It seems like it might be good. I'm not. I'm not sure. I'm gonna sell this
Cool.
for. $11 div. How many are selling for 11 div? Only 7 are trying to sell for 11 div. So I'm gonna put it up for 12.
A prize fit for the markets.
Okay. We're going to. Is there an update? Okay, let's exit out of Exile UI. What's this? I don't want that. Exit that. Exit Exile UI. Nope. It's still doing it. Exit Scalpel. Still doing it. So it's not my tools. Weird that that's doing it. Zoom the camera in, being page up and page down. Now it's not doing it. I don't know what was causing it. Whatever. It's not doing it anymore. That's what matters. Okay. Let's look at a couple of things. So if I had reality fragment and I wanted chaos, 131 chaos. The other fragment you get from doing those bosses is not blazing fragments. Awakening fragments. Garbage. Okay. So if I did and how much are nightmare maps? 30 chaos a piece. So if I got 30 chaos a piece and I average one, and then I would also be using central dextral. So I would be spending another 5 chaos. So I'd be spending 35 chaos a piece and making 150. And how much are divines right now? If I wanted to buy them for chaos, 200. So pretty stable. So per map, I would probably be averaging half a div. Don't know. Doesn't matter what they have on them. I don't care. This is what is this doing? Shrines and beyond and oh yeah, this is stack deck. Which is fine. So if I were to come down here and do abomination map with a dextral and a sinistral, let's see how deathless I can do this. Oh, I gotta pick up a portal scroll if I find one.
Die and be reborn!
There's my reality fragment. Shaper Guardian map. I didn't get a roll of whatever. Portal scroll. Oh, portal scrolls. There we go, portal scroll. Let's get out of here. Okay, so now we're gonna time this. And I don't really care about killing these guys. We'll grab this. And normally, just in case I die in the boss fight, I throw a portal out here. Yep. The reality fragment. I got Unholy Trinity. And that was just under 3 minutes, and that was an unfavorable ones. We'll call it 3 minutes. So 3 minutes means in an hour. So 60 divided by 3 is 20 times about 190 chaos is my profit. Divided by 200, that's only 9 div an hour. Now, I'm doing a little bit more than 9 div an hour, but if I can go faster, I can get more than 9 div an hour. And I think that I'm still making more than that doing simulacrums.
Hopefully this will be quick.
I can do about 4 simulacrums in an hour if I'm paying attention and moving.
Remember this ramshackle. You've stood against so many secondaries.
And I average a little over 1. So I'd be averaging, well, call it 1 an hour. It's 11 div an hour. It's not great.
This is only the beginning.
Push is this way. Hey, how's it going? Which is my helmet worth? Okay, with the extra rating. Only 1 div. What's my shield worth? Well, div. Three div. It's probably a div. A div. Div. So that's a good question. So with a 8 passive jewel, there's a tool called Scalpel. right here. And it has a tool within it called, back notable options. So basically, when you're doing a 3 passive cluster jewel, you care what's in the front too, and usually you just put one in the back to make the other ones in the front. Because if you're gonna do all 3, then it doesn't matter where they are. But if you want a specific 2 in the front, what you would do is, so let's say you want Burning Bright and Prismatic Heart. So if I wanted Burning Bright and Prismatic Heart to be in the front, then I would need Widespread Destruction in the back. If I wanted Widespread Destruction and Burning Bright, then I could have Master of Fire, Smoking Remains, or Cremator in the back. If I didn't care about Burning Bright and I wanted Blanketed Snow, I need specifically Snowstorm. So there's only one option for what's in the back. So this is a really good tool for that. And the nice thing is, if I were to go back to Burning Bright here, and then do Find on Trade Site, it pulls up a trade with exactly the right stuff in here. And I can see that there's one out there for 4 div. Scalpel is 100% free. If you want, you can donate, I think. I don't even know if he's got it. If he's got donations available. Yeah, right here. You can donate if you want, but it's not required. And actually, I'm pretty sure Burning Bright, Widespread Destruction. Yeah, I want that one that I just looked for, so I'm gonna go grab that before somebody else does. Yeah, so the Scalpel is an interesting tool. Oh, that's it. That's doing it in person. Oh, there's a few out there for 4 div. Okay.
Orders in. Was a long journey.
Alright, so Scalpel, what it is, if I were to pull this back up again, the main thing that it's out here for. Oh, he added a search feature. Is it's for editing your loot filter on the fly. So if there's something that's showing up in your loot filter that you want to hide, you can hit a key combination that whatever you set as your key combination, and it pulls up exactly to that in your loot filter, and you can change the way the item looks, hide it, whatever you want to do. There's a lot to this. I actually have a video about Scalpel. There's way more now than there was when I made the video, but the video is still good for the basics. So this was the core reason that Scalpel was developed, was for this. But it does have a price checker built in. So when you price check, say, an Exalted Orb, it's going to give you this here. But you can also price check, and it works just fine. It's what I use for price checking now, even though that's not its original thing. On top of that, there is a Dust Explorer. So if you're trying to get the thaumaturgic dust for combinating and stuff, you can use this for, like, okay, I want to have a dust per chaos per slot, of whatever, and then I want to sort per dust per chaos, this here is just the best whatever, and it shows you whether it's hidden. So there's a Dust Explorer. There's also a Div Card Explorer. So right now, on average, Graveyard gives the most chaos per map. On average, Graveyard is 54 chaos per map. Now, if you have more div card drops, that'll be higher. If you have less div card drops, it'll be lower. That's purely because Damnation is really valuable. But you can come back here and see, oh, maybe I like Pier, maybe I like Shrine, stuff like that. This is a regex generator, so you can do something for your maps to create a regex to be able to filter your stuff. This is just like the regex website. It's powered by the regex website. But yeah, you can look at and set regexes for lots of stuff. Currency exchange rates, just to see how much, you know, the ratios of stuff is. This is a loot tracker to show how much loot you're getting for different things. And then I showed you that. And there's additional tools and plugins that you can get. Plugins are made by other people, but you know, other people can make plugins. There's a calculator plugin apparently. Oh, even a campaign tracker. Anyway, it's a useful tool. Okay, so I am going to... I had plenty of refund points. If I take this out, and take this out, put this in, now I can do that. Same number of points, have a jewel socket now.
The dog is in the hen house, as a commoner might say.
Okay, so for my other jewel, oh yeah, I put a jewel in here. This one. Ah, I broke 7,000 life. Nice. Time to keep going. You've missed the recap lessons on the tools. Yeah, well, you know, I enjoy talking about them, so if anybody has a question about the tools, I will happily annoy Val by explaining the tool for the 50th time. Yeah, between Scalpel and Exile UI, so Exile UI does this overlay, and a whole lot more, but this overlay is the reason I installed it. Between Exile UI and Scalpel, I don't need any other tools within the game. They cover all the bases. They're both tools with lots of moving parts. So Exile UI has all these features. Act Tracker is the leveling and that overlay. But there's so many different pieces for it. Oh, Stash Ninja is another really good reason to have Exile UI. So let's say you want to know where your value is in your stash. You can look at an item and be like, okay, well, this stash doesn't have anything worth more than half a divine. This tab I don't have anything with more than half a divine. Let's go to the fragments tab. Ooh, this is worth half a divine. I could go sell this one for half div. And look at the scarabs and be like, I don't have any scarabs worth more than half div, but maybe I want to look at ones that are worth more than 10 chaos. Okay, I could probably sell some of these. 12.3 for that one, 44 for that one, 11 for that one. I've got 22 of them, so that's pretty good. Helps you find your value within your stash. And there's much more parts of that tool. I really glossed over it. I'm going to finish this simulacrum, and then I'm probably calling it a night after this simulacrum. I'm still just beat from starting a new job, so trying to take in all the information of all the things I need to know how to do, and it's just it's tiring.
Are you trying to cleanse yourself of me? You can't get rid of me, Exile. I am you. Nothing you do matters. The dream will end, and the dreamer will pass into the next world. wonder what tugs at the strings of fate. What stands astride the abyss and beckons you to fall. Believe me, you will fall, Exile.
There you go. Another voices. That's another 12 div.
I will break you. fool.
Okay. So that was another
You shall serve me whether you like it or not.
simulacrum.
I'm not going.
So it's like voices. I'm just gonna look to see. Actually, does Pewy didn't Ninja show an economy? Um, unique jewels. So it shows how much each individual. It doesn't show unidentified. Yeah, there's only 3, so it's going up in price. So I'm absolutely going to sell this other one for 12 as well.
As a commoner might say. Hopefully there'll be interest.
Greeting.
Cool winds.
And yeah, so those will sell. With those plus, let's see here. If I were to just zone so I can redo my wealthy exile. $53 div. Yeah, that's nowhere near a mage blood. Because if I get a mage blood, then I could, if I get close to a mage blood, I could sell all of this gear. I wouldn't mind selling this gear. I mean, I could probably sell this for 2 or 3 div. Pretty close to being able to swap to Malevolence. Anyway, yep, I'm calling it a night here. Appreciate everybody hanging out. And we will see everyone next time. Hopefully on Thursday. Have a good evening.